We're back.
Yeah.
We're back. Hello.
Part 2.
Dr. Missy, did you miss
Yapping
us?
with Josie.
Very that. So we all had a lot to say.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're just going to get straight back into it.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's get it.
My controversial thing that my friends can't get behind is the fact that, like, I don't take my shoes off when I walk through my house, and I also get on my bed in my outdoor clothes.
I love that. But you know what? I would not think that for you.
I wouldn't think that for you
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't give a fuck. Like,
I wear
sandals
outdoor
on the bed.
clothes on my
I
bed
do
as
that all
well.
the time.
And my friends are like,
No.
Can I make this up?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that
what
great.
is it?
I used to come back from school when Eden was like 16 and I was like 14. I'd come back from school.
God.
Eden would be lying in her bed, and then I would, like, you know, be annoying little brother, whatever, take the duvet off, and then Eden would be literally wearing her kickers that she'd worn all day in bed.
Babes, I was doing so much work for the gay community at the time. I was exhausted.
She had these gold kickers, and they were like little
they
like
were
dirt
fierce.
marks
They
at the
were
bottom of the bed.
fierce. No, honestly.
I feel really, really validated in this, actually.
Thank you so
because
much.
I feel like
so
there's going to
much.
be people watching this and
Yeah.
being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was true to myself.
Like-
and also, I had been busy at work, and by work I mean school.
Yeah.
Because I literally, like, just very quick backstory on that was, I started sixth form. It was one of the biggest sixth forms in, like, South London. So it was like 1,000 people in my year.
Yeah.
No one really knew me. Then I got outed as gay, and people only knew me as a gay one.
Nice.
And then I didn't even know if I was gay yet. And then I was like, I guess you guys might be onto something. And then I started an LGBT society because I was like, we're gonna get to this. And then suddenly, I'm an activist. And then also on the weekend there's house parties, and of course there's some girls that want.
They want to clock in.
They want to.
You know, they want to learn.
Basically,
wanna
what I'm
plug into
saying
a
is
shift
I
as
was
well.
exhausted. I didn't have time to take off my shoes. I needed to sleep. I needed to recharge, power up for the next day, getting back to it. Do you know
Absolutely
what I mean?
fine. I
Very
stand
that.
by it.
Thank you so
Kickers in the
much.
bed.
Kickers in the
Kickers
bed.
in the bed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at least they were gold. That's crazy. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
they
that.
were fierce.
Very
You
that.
had gold ones and you had orange ones.
I did. No, like fluorescent orange. That was really a choice.
Wowie.
Like, that was a choice.
Good for you.
Kickers.
Like,
Good
I
for
was
you.
very
Crazy boots.
visible. Like, I
No,
was,
but do you not think that's such a thing of, like, growing up queer and you look back and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
Straight
why
up.
did I do that?
Straight up.
I did every phase. There's not a phase I didn't do. There was even a moment where I thought I was going to be like a 50s pin-up woman. I had a roll flipped. My sister rips the shit out of me for this all the
Not
time.
gonna lie, you actually would
that
look
would look
fierce
fun.
in that.
Yeah,
You
no,
actually,
no,
I'm picturing
Yes.
it.
Like tights and boots heeled,
Yeah.
like lace-up boots,
Yes.
and like a fucking foam roller in the front of my hair and a bun.
Obsessed with that.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with that.
also was-
but this is how you know who you are. Who you
Well,
are.
did
Like,
I?
Well, no, but now.
No,
now.
but you've got to go through the eras.
Oh, no,
like
you've
you've
seen
got.
it all.
I remember once you read me and you were like, Ruben, I think that sometimes this is like in a past era. Well, it's kind of the same as before, but like sometimes you wear things like just to look out there or look quite crazy rather than for it to be a nice outfit. And I was kind of like, but also like I'm in an era. Like
Yeah.
I'm aware I'm in an era.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
to go
you're
through
very
this era
self-aware.
so that I can be more chill. in
I
the
just want to
future,
clarify
you know?
though, I was being very supportive, but I think I also just was saying,
You were just
know,
saying as it was. Because it was true.
you were speaking your truth and I was speaking mine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how
And
communication
it,
works.
very that, and it takes one
Wake
to
that
know
up.
one. I've been there too with the fluorescent orange kickers. You know what I mean? Like, wake it up. We all
Real.
have a
So
journey to
real.
go on. Very that.
You just got to be taking the steps.
Oh, I was taking steps like tea.
Stay
Very
taking
that.
steps.
Extremely that.
Taking steps, getting into bed, steps still on.
Very that. Very
Back
that.
up, taking more steps.
Tea.
Yeah.
This is quite like a pointed question. No, not even pointed, but like just quite specific. Is there anything?
Put in a safe space and then
Stir the pot.
Is there anything that you want people to know about you that you don't think was communicated through the show?
Or do you think people should know?
Or something that didn't come across. Something you want to share with the group.
That I'm not intimidating. That I'm not intimidating. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
You
not.
did get. It's interesting because your edit was obviously when you first arrived. That was very that.
Yeah.
Intimidating boots down.
Yeah.
But then obviously when you were kind of like yapping at the pool, you did get to see a lot about like your extroverted nature.
They had a
You know.
story for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was going to be a shit stirrer. That
Yeah.
was that. And I think
Yeah.
that's how they kind of pick who they're going to put in later. It's like,
Yeah.
how much can you shit stir? Like,
Yeah.
we
And
need
are
you
you
to come
ready
in
to
with
do
a
that?
bang.
Yeah.
See. So, yeah. When I came in and I said, sometimes people are intimidated by me, but to be honest, I don't take any bullshit. Valid, honey. You
Yeah.
did your job. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it fizzled out very, very well, which I think was good. But also I think something that wasn't shown was the first thing I did in there was introduce myself to Alicia, tell Alicia, honey, I'm not coming for your girl. Like, that is not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, we
Put her at rest.
and we had multiple conversations where I was like, getting to know Alicia, not as Elisa's ex.
Yeah.
And that was that really. And like also the conversation I had on the balcony with Sophie where I'm like, oh, she could put it on me and I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
The context to that conversation is completely different to what that
And of
actual
course,
conversation was.
Watching conversations like that when you were there is so funny because it's like they'll take a 2-hour conversation and put in like 3 buzzwords and be like, wait, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would just not remember what I've said, so I'd be like, yeah, I did just say 3 words, and those were the words.
Yeah, and I was very at peace with whatever they put out. I back myself in what I've said, so I'm fine with it. There was
That's
nothing.
ultimately the tea.
Yeah,
you
there
have
was-
to, because even like this is the thing. Even if it's the most edited, crazy thing ever, it's reality TV. It is a side of you that was being shown there, and you've got to own that.
Yeah.
And even for your own like mental security,
And like peace of mind.
you've got to be like, yeah, that was me. I did that. I existed in that space, and like, you know, they can't put in anything that didn't happen. That's impossible. They can't
For
put in
real,
anything
if
that
you
didn't
said
happen.
it and you're
Yeah.
angry that it's been
Blame
used the
it
way
on
it
the
has,
Well, it was said.
Blame it on
It
the
was
Can I
said.
ask you both the question, actually? I'm going to start though with you, Josie, but like it's kind of the same kind of question. Is you guys are both very attractive.
thank you.
And I'm just saying
So are you.
facts. Wake it up. But I'm now thinking about you guys on the television. And I think both of you, that is also with the intimidation thing. I was just thinking about that. Like people are quite intimidated by like tall, confident, attractive people. You've both got blue eyes. I mean, like wake it up, doing the thing. Anyway, I think, I'm just wondering, you've kind of, obviously you were on the show last year, so you've had a bit more time with it. And I know that you've been on social media for a while and stuff like that, but like, how has that been having people like so how you look being so visible, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Like not just about you as a person, because I think I've been thinking a lot about kind of what it means to dehumanize someone. I know that sounds quite like extreme, but I think people can be dehumanized.
objectify.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
that's kind of, you know, what that's about. But like
Yeah.
either seeing people as lesser than or more than. Do you know what I mean? And kind of being put on this like pedestal,
Oh, yeah.
right? And obviously like there's been a lot talking about how you look on TikTok and stuff like that. And I think, yeah, how's that been for you and how's that felt for you?
I think you can definitely tell when you meet someone where they place you in comparison to them. And
Interesting.
I've said this a million times before and I'll say it again. When I am in a social interaction with someone, the main thing I seek is equality. When I'm dating someone, the main thing I seek is equality. I don't want anyone to feel more or less than me, and
it
vice
sets a
versa.
fucking weird dynamic.
It does
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because
It
it's
doesn't
so
allow
like,
you to actually connect as people.
No,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
because if I feel like someone is more than me and I put myself lesser than,
Yeah.
all of my boundaries and beliefs about myself go out the window because I just
Tea.
do whatever the fuck you want, to be
Tea.
honest. Like, I'm
Tea.
there.
Tea.
And then the other
On the
way
flip,
round.
you won't be challenged or you won't be like, yeah.
And then, it's like, why do you think so highly of me and not so highly of yourself? Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I always seek equality. And I
Yeah.
think when you go on a TV program
Yeah.
and people start to see you as something in their mind
Yeah.
rather than someone they've met before.
Yeah, and kind of like
it-
the parasocial parts of it as well.
Yeah. But then I think this is where I love the connection that the lesbian community brings is like they're not afraid to come and speak to you, and
Yeah.
then when they come and speak to you, you're able to kind of just be a human
Yeah.
and be
Yeah.
nice and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can kind of get rid of any preconceived feelings
Yeah.
that people have about you.
Yeah, and you're not just like an
Quite quick.
object
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. Because I think for you, and maybe, again, that is kind of about a difference between maybe like how gay men would approach things. Because like for you, I feel like you were so instantly kind of put as being attractive and that being, like obviously you as well, but I just mean like the way that then that was responded to
I mean,
by viewers.
yeah, completely.
As well was like that people maybe weren't up for having a real conversation with you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whereas what you're describing as well is like conversations happen and then that's like, you know?
Well, I think that for me in my experience, and also like there's the side of it on the show and there's a side of it in like real life as well. I think that, you know, pretty privilege is such a huge thing.
100%.
And there's definitely a huge advantage to being someone that, like, without you having to put in that much work in your behavior, like in that moment, people take an interest in you for whatever reason. There's a huge advantage to that, and I'm not at all underselling that. But I think that where it comes in negatively is that people come in with preconceived notions, and then a lot of the work that you have to do is you have to break that down instead of coming in with a blank slate and then working on that. I definitely found that on the show where, like, I felt like I didn't even like realize in the beginning that people were thinking all these things about me, because I was just like, I'm just myself, like trying to make friends here, like trying to do my thing, and that was actually just like not how I was.
Well, how if you're hot, people will read you as being a player.
Yeah, which is so not my
Which
tea.
is like,
I've been single for 4
even
years.
if you're like
I'm
tall,
such an anxious dater, like all this kind of stuff. Like I literally go crazy, like all this kind of stuff. And then when it comes to like the real world thing, I think that maybe the gay community gives less time of day to like really getting to know someone. I've had a lot of times where people have met me and been like, oh, you're like way nicer and way more genuine than I thought you were going to be.
that comment. I get that all the time. You know? They're like, oh my God, I thought you were going to be a bitch, but you're actually really lovely.
Yeah.
Why did you think that was acceptable?
Or like you've got much more depth about you.
Thank you, honey. Yes, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But I think that is also, kind of what I was thinking about there.
It's so backhanded.
Yeah.
But you have to, I find
people don't challenge their own preconceptions.
No, I know, yeah.
And then they put it on you, and then they're like, I can't believe that you're more fascinating than I have the capacity to believe that you could be. Like, grow, talk about yourself.
You were hot.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But that's
the two things at once.
But that's the thing that's funny about it, is it's like, obviously being read as hot is a pro in a lot of ways, but it's also like, but like, I have so much more to me that's way more interesting than that. And like, I have to put in so much work to put that at the forefront of me.
But also everyone does. Do you know what I mean? And
Everyone
that thing
does,
of like, some people are immediately given the chance to be seen as being interesting, for example, or like smart or whatever. But then like, it's just so fascinating. And especially obviously on telly, but just like how that works. Yeah. You know?
It's so interesting that in society, being attractive is the most like highly perceived part. Like if you saw a lineup of people and they all told them about yourself, people would be like, that was the most attractive person. Rather than being like, that person was really clever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like that's what you have to bring, and that's what your contribution is. Somehow.
But it's a lack of nuance in the understanding of people, because it's like, why does it have to be this one's attractive, this one's clever, this one's funny, this one's creative, this one da-da-da-da-da. It's like, bitch, you can be all those things.
And most people are.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting is saying about being tall. I used to hate being tall.
Really?
I hated being tall, I didn't realise that it was like a powerful thing in lesbian community. I always wanted to be smaller, more feminine, more meek, more mild, more like sexy in like a feminine way. And then I think someone commented about me being tall, and I was like,
Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Have you felt like growing up, I mean, actually this is kind of maybe an obvious question, but like you were aware of taking up too much space, just inherently as who you are? Because I think that's such a big thing, obviously both like can be physically but also just in your behaviour. I feel like we also spoke about this a bit before, but like if you're a woman and you can be seen as like being gobby if you're just like direct, or like
always been outspoken. Always been outspoken, and that was always like parents' evenings. It was always like got an opinion, always got something to say. And
how
stuff
crazy
like
to have
that.
an opinion.
Yeah, but that's like the biggest flex, I think, in the long term of parents saying parents'
I did a shoot recently with a guy, and he asked us to like write. It was an all queer shoot. It ended up being, and it was about like change and stuff like that. And I wrote up this thing, and I hadn't even planned for it. I just started typing, and it ended up being about how I've spent my whole life, most of my life, knowing that male validation is the highest form of validation in society. So then conforming to that the whole way through, and being meeker version of myself, smaller version of myself, more compliant version of myself, more submissive version of myself, because that's what a man wants from women in society. And when I stopped doing that, men started to hate me, and I got sacked from every single job that a man had employed me for.
When you suddenly become controversial.
Like, when I'm suddenly not like, yes, sir.
Palatable.
Do you know what I mean? Like, And I realised that I did that my whole life, and I was just a shell of who I was, and it's why I ended up dating men.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I was just like,
You were
oh my
so
god,
seeking the validation.
this
so
man
much.
has
Also,
found
that's
an
what you're taught.
interest in
Whoever,
me.
like, I don't know if, I think I saw this on TikTok, but like, it was this girl that was saying, I've just realised that I'm gay because I realised the one thing that I liked about being with men was them liking me.
Yes.
Was just them liking me.
Yeah.
And that was why I was with men.
And it's
like
easy.
and I think for so many women, and that's also how like we're socialized, is to be like, that is what our role is, that's what our purpose is.
Yeah.
Like that's why we're worth anything.
Yeah.
Is if you can, that's your success measure. Do you know
If
what
a
I mean?
man likes you,
Yeah.
how dare you
Yeah.
not take that?
Yeah, because that's your
Yeah.
role,
Yes.
that's your purpose.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
it is so interesting. But yeah, also on what you were saying about being tall, like, I was thinking that I'm reasonably tall.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking recently, where are the tall lesbians at?
I don't know. I've never dated anyone taller than me.
Like,
Same.
I once dated
Yeah,
a
okay,
five.
but,
Actually, I
okay,
wouldn't mind- actually,
yeah,
no,
okay,
I wouldn't
okay,
mind
no,
dating
sorry,
someone
your
taller
truth
than me.
does matter. But
But not in this context.
no, but I'm like, where are they at?
Yeah, I once dated someone who was 5'2".
Babes,
I'm
I know that
5'11".
I had a point when I thought my type was girls were 5'3" because that I dated 3 in a row and I thought that was that.
But you
like, there
can't
was
be
no one
picky.
else.
You
no,
can't.
but
When
T.
you're 5'11",
Yeah.
and you're dating a gender with an average height of 5'4", or is it 5'5"? Don't know.
No, but-
around
no,
that
but- no, but
point.
it is, yeah.
5'5" is tall to me. If
Yeah.
I'm dating and
Yeah.
they say I'm 5'5", I'm like,
Yeah.
honey, you're a giant.
Yeah, no, oh my God, you got so well.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's like
thank
when
you
they
so
say they're
much.
5'2", I'm like, well, that's okay. If you don't mind it, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But there's like a picture of me somewhere. There was this girl I was dating. And it was like near my graduation, and she's like 5'2", and I'm in heels, and I'm this giant woman in my garden, and this poor little like muscly mask lesbian is like clinging to my hip. It's so fucking stupid.
It's the Ellie Diamond next to Bimini picture. Do you know this?
Yeah.
So good. That's hilarious. But I'm also like, honestly, we need to wake that up. Because I'm also, I guess, really my question as well is, where are the tall women at?
Yeah. Genetically.
Like, is
Do you want to be with someone taller than you?
I like height. Oh no, I can't be with someone tall. It's not good for my neck.
Oh.
I haven't been with someone. No, I'm joking. I'm not that
To
bothered.
be
about- I'm
fair
just saying
though,
that-
I like whenever I've made out with anyone who's taller than me or anything like that, I'm so confused by the fact that I'm looking up.
But it
I'm
must
like,
be. No, but that would be really rare for you, like just
I'm so
statistically.
not used
Yeah.
to it.
Because how tall are you again? Like.
I'm 6'1", but like I
That's
wear
crazy.
a little bit
Yeah.
platform and it's just like 6'2".
You know, the biggest pro to being taller than everyone I date and everyone in general life is that if I don't dye my roots, it's only me that can see it.
Wake it up.
Guys, my roots are so bad, and everyone's like,
Wake
I
it.
can't see that.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Well,
Oh my
I'll
God, that's
call you out on
actually
your
incredible.
roots.
That's incredible. Yeah, but you guys aren't dating. You guys aren't dating.
It doesn't matter what I think
that
about
is-
your roots.
Oh my God.
My
that is
roots
actually
are so
cunt.
bad on the show. No one else would
Really?
have clocked this, but they're like, every time I look, I'm like, why did I not think I could dye my hair in Italy? Why was that not a thing on my head?
I did not
I did
notice
not
that
clock
at all.
that. I didn't clock
back.
that
Yeah,
at
Did
all.
you say earlier you're blonde?
Yes.
Naturally.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's, I can't.
But
I
it's
could see
interesting
you
to
as
think that with your
ginger. I
com-
can't
with
see
your
you as blonde.
complexion.
Honey, I'm so white. Like, I have to get so many sunbeds.
Wow. But I think also maybe just like with your energy.
That it's not giving blonde.
No, well, it's like, yeah.
What's
like,
blonde
wow.
energy then? Go on.
What's your preconceived stereotype of blonde
this is your
energy?
moment. This is your moment.
No, but now suddenly I was like, wow, like just thinking about masks, and I was like,
I wonder if blonde would be a moment for me though. Blonde mask.
no, I think it'd be
Because
fucking cunt.
I have-
But I don't know if the world's ready, babe, because they're already not ready for you, and
If
then
I
it's
try
like,
and
and now
go
you're being
blonde
I
cunt.
feel
now,
like-
I'll lose my hair.
I feel like I need like icy blonde.
Maybe a wig, a wig
white.
moment.
I did that. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Yes, would love to.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did blonde and blue once. Ooh,
Wow.
it was so good.
Damn.
Did you do it yourself?
Yeah.
You know, Josie can cut hair. Because I was just saying, I was like, oh, I feel I really need
Cut your
like a
hair.
trim, and then she was
Do you
like,
know
yeah, I can cut
Josie
hair.
can do anything?
No, the thing is that doesn't
If you
surprise
ask
me.
me,
Premier, let's
yes,
do it.
yes,
You
do you
have all
want
the
to fit the
answers.
flooring?
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Like, yes.
Yes.
I will. I'm
Can you?
such.
Yes.
Yes. Can you? Yes.
Can
Never
Yes.
done it before, but
Oh,
that
no,
doesn't
that's
give
not the
me any
point.
reason to
Oh,
think
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't do
see,
it. Right?
Ability
Like,
has nothing to do with
I
experience.
know one thing I have in life is blind confidence in everything
Oh
I do.
my god.
Though that's the
Literally.
thing that I
think
say
it's
about my
so-
creativity as well. I don't think any of my creative skills, the best one is actually like anything that I can make. It's just the belief that I can make anything.
Yeah,
But
someone
it's never
That's-
not paid
it's the
off. It
belief.
has never not
It
been
always
true.
works.
Someone
It
will be
always
like, I
works.
really wanted a new wardrobe, and I'm like, I could build that. That's
Yeah.
easy. hinge, hammer nail.
Yeah,
Done.
there we
Done.
go.
Yeah.
And what's the worst can happen?
Literally.
Like, you learn something.
Yeah. Okay.
Wake it up.
Wake it up.
Wake it up.
But we are an educational podcast.
For real. Diva, right?
2021.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That hair is fucking cunt.
Thank you. I did it myself.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Do you want to see the ginger?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a moment.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. So femme, right?
But like, you just lived such a life.
I know.
You really have been through
Wow.
the eras.
You have been through the what?
The eras.
The eras. Yeah.
Like, who is she? Yeah.
She looks a little bit lost, to be honest with you.
Honey,
though.
she has
You can
someone
see it in
with
the
her
eyes.
lost.
You can see it in the eyes.
Like, your
Noses.
face expresses differently.
No,
Does that make
100%.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
You
had
don't
me-
look as settled in yourself.
No, but,
No,
it's,
I
but it's a
know.
different communication that
Yeah.
is happening.
So I had eyelash extensions for years and years and years because obviously I'm a lash tech. I love the beauty of them. I love big lashes.
Yeah. See.
But towards the end, I was clinging onto them as like a safety thing, and I didn't even like them. And it was I didn't even know that I could like fancy masculine women and present more masculine myself. And then I met one of my good friends now, Maz, and she's very mask for mask, and she lives in Paris, and she's like she's cunty.
Wake it up.
And
J'adore, some would say.
for real. And we were
J'adore.
going to Berlin together,
Love.
and it was the first time I'd ever considered taking my eyelashes off, and I
Wow,
did
symbolic
it.
moment.
Yeah.
Real. And I
Berlin's
did
the
it, and I was
place.
like, oh my gosh,
Very
wait a minute, I can be what I want to be. Like, I don't have to have
Tea.
this security blanket, because
Tea.
at that moment in my life, every time I'd go to a queer event, if I wanted to attract who I wanted to attract,
Yeah.
it was like little top, big makeup, big hair.
Tea.
If I wanted to feel comfortable in that space, it was
You're attracting the like.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what? I've gone through a really similar like journey of that in a way where I felt like I was at a point where I had to pick between being attractive and being myself.
yeah.
And then I picked myself, and I thought, okay, that means that no one's going to be into me. Then, what was the biggest gag about that was I was like, oh wait, now I'm actually attracting way more people than I ever
Yeah,
attracted before.
yeah.
Because you're coming at it with genuine energy.
No, but, like,
that's
that
what
is the most
the mindfuck
attractive
of
thing.
I Kissed a Boy was for me, was because I was like, I'm fully going to go in and be myself, and that means I'm going to go home very early. So when I got attention in there, I was so like, oh my god, I was not
Shouldn't
expecting
even.
this. I was not expecting this at
But
all.
I think when you show up as your authentic self, you make deeper connections. Every single person that I ended up dating from my like feminine era that I was in didn't go anywhere.
No, of course.
Because I wasn't actually what they ever wanted. They
Yeah.
wanted a more feminine version of
Yeah,
me,
and that was
I was doing that in
authentic
a
to you.
performative way
Yeah.
to attract them. It was
Yeah.
But
what
also,
was.
I think
Yeah.
being yourself, obviously, it's like everyone always says that, and it's so cheesy, but it is like you are just the most attractive, aka attract
Yeah,
energy
magnetizing.
when you are
Comfortable,
when you
yeah.
are authentically yourself, and like it is. But like to take that leap is really scary because you
Yes.
don't know what that feels like until you're there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you just don't, and
completely.
it's so
It's
hard to
all the
believe that it'd be
safety
the case.
blankets coming
Tea.
off, yeah.
Tea.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
such a big thing for me was like I would always like dress and I have my boobs out or whatever and be like, okay, even like being gay and being like, yeah, okay, but also like didn't feel like it also like what I was wearing was like matching my energy, but you know, very much a time and a place we live and we learn. And then now I've like started wearing like a binder, and just that felt like such a crazy moment of like, wow, I really am doing things for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I did that. I think I wore my first binder at the start of last year.
Yeah.
And it was just
Yeah.
like,
But
was
that
insane.
just felt so like it just
Yeah.
felt like I'm just fundamentally
Yeah.
not just an object or doing this because this is what will validate me.
Yeah.
Like I am fundamentally doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Like that was just like such a crazy and beautiful moment.
And I think that people aren't aware of the fact that you don't have to be questioning your gender
Tea.
to wear a binder.
Tea.
Like if it makes you feel good,
Tea.
fucking wear it.
But I also
Yeah.
think it was like, and I can imagine you also relate to this, of like, I knew how I wanted my clothes to fit on me. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't say anything about my boobs. Like, I think they're great.
Yeah.
But like, they aren't maybe compatible in their most truest form with certain clothes, and that's fine. Like, why does it have to be one or the other?
Exactly.
As like, and that's just like obviously for me, like it, and I think I even felt like almost more fun talking to people that had top surgery because I'd thought about it, and like, you know, and it's good to think about things.
Yeah.
Very that.
Thinking is important.
But then also then when I heard about like breast reductions, for example, I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then I was like, and then obviously binders and stuff, and I was like, it is so. Also just feels really beautiful to be at a place in my life, which I feel like we're all at, where we give ourselves the space and permission to really think about what makes sense for us and not feel like we have to have a snap answer, know everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Sit in
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Sit in it.
And try it out. And
maybe
like,
never
maybe
figure it out.
tea.
Like, it's okay.
But also,
And just
that's
explore it.
fine.
Yeah.
That's
But I
so
think that's
fine.
important as well. Like, what's figuring it out even mean? Like, what? That there's an end point. Like, we're alive to live.
Yeah.
And also, I think, like, beyond all these things, like, if you attract 100 people, but none of them are actually there for you at your core,
What's the point?
versus attracting 3 people who are actually there for you,
Fine.
the 3 people, it's going to be a 100 times better experience
for
than
sure.
any of those 100 people.
Yeah.
Any of those 100, I used to feel like, I still do in a lot of ways, I struggle with dating, but, like, I struggle with it in a different way now than I did before, in the way that I used to feel so uncomfortable when I was dating and when I was, like, trying to move to people and all that kind of stuff, and it's because, like, I wasn't giving myself space to breathe, you know? I was putting myself in a situation that was tense, and I wasn't feeling comfortable, and I wasn't even, like, allowing people to feel comfortable with me, truly. Like, I remember having this moment where I was kind of, like, I was thinking, oh my God, I was having a conversation with one of my friends from uni, and I was like, yeah, like, the version of me that you see versus the version of me that, like, people I try and date see is so different, and she was like, what? That's crazy. And then I was like, wait, that is crazy. Wait, why am I not, like, if you like me for this, I should have other people that like me for this. And, like, ever since then, it's, like, completely changed around. I mean, obviously there's also that kind of boundary of, like, then you have to go in the whole authenticity thing, and then when you get rejected based on
being authentic,
being you, it hurts in a different way.
It's high risk, high reward.
It hurts
and
in
then
a
the
different
reward
way.
is really big, but it's not guaranteed. But
Yeah.
again, better that way than getting little crumbs.
But you can also say, well, at least that was me, and I can back myself in that.
for sure.
You know.
For sure. Yeah. Going back on the binder thing quickly, I think it's very interesting the relationship people have with like binding and stuff like that, and understanding what it means to them. And I think that I figured out that binding to me, I like to feel more masculine when I'm dressed, and when I'm naked, completely womanly. Like I really love that binding to me isn't a thing of like, I don't want that. I don't want that femininity. I love the fact that I can play with it.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that when I am like no clothes, stood just as I am, I am so feminine.
Yeah.
And that I can't escape
What about in
that.
swimwear?
Feminine.
Yeah, I had the same thing. Because I remember being like, wait, when I was thinking about top surgery for like 2 seconds, I was like, but I really like wearing a bikini. And then I was like, so what the fuck are we going to be doing with that? But I completely agree with that. I also think, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking a bit about like neurodivergency as well with it. I feel like I also like the sensation of compression. Like, I feel
Until it's the end of the day, and then I'm like,
get it off.
Compressed me anymore.
Very that.
I think
that.
I've had this conversation with a lot of my friends about how, why have we not got to a scientific point where we can just pop the boobies off?
Yes.
Speaking of pop them off,
Pop it off.
maybe it's time for
Shall
us
we
to
pop off?
Yeah,
as
let's
well.
pop on.
Time to
I mean,
say
we're gonna pop
goodbye.
off from you guys, but like we're still gonna be
We're still gonna be
here.
yapping. Come back and watch more episodes of us yapping.
Tea.
Follow Josie on all her socials. You probably already do. Let's be real here.
I mean, the lesbians, we know what's up. Wake it up, wake it up.
But thank you so much for joining us today. We've had a wonderful, wonderful yap, and thank you for hanging
Hope
out
you
with us in our
enjoyed.
garden.
It's been a moment.
Very that. It's
Thank
been a
you.
moment.
Thank you.
so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
honestly, no, listen. Thank you. Oh my God,
Thank you.
this feels like we started a cult or something.
Oh my god, out of all the cults to
that.
join, this would be the one.
Oh my God, and actually, because we've been thinking about this podcast is kind of giving like welcome to the family.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you are.
I'm welcome.
You're the newest
I feel
inductee
welcome.
But
into
also,
the Bo
like,
Dowell
you
Hall of
came
Fame.
correct with your blue eyes, very that. The mask of it all. Do you know what I mean? The long hair. You know, like, the math is mathing.
I'm one of the siblings now.
Exactly.
Part of the house, part of the family.
Part of the content house.
Yeah.
Very that. Wake it up.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining
Lots
us
of
today,
love.
guys. Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.